Alright guys, over 12 hours later and it's still not done, so we'll see how long it takes. What's up guys? So it's finally done with the basic set of updates that I've been waiting on all day, and let's see, it's about 1:30. So gonna play with it a little bit. We'll see what I get when I get some free time. Right now I've got a little bit of work to do before I can play with that, so it's just kind of on the back burner. Just want to make sure it doesn't have any more updates. If so, I'll let it load while it's while I'm working. So all right, so after lots and lots of time of messing with this and doing some research and everything, I found out that the setup I have is the NVIDIA GeForce 6150 SE N-Force 430, and that apparently doesn't support OpenCL or CUDA, which are two things that are important for GPU mining. So I'm looking at another machine over here that I wanted to play with, and it has an old ATI Radeon 2600 in it, and apparently it's got the same problem. There's nothing compatible with it for GPU mining. So unfortunately with this machine I'm stuck to CPU mining only. Now that's all fine and dandy if you don't mind getting virtually nothing. It's I think I'm pretty sure it's a single core AMD Athlon. It's an old processor. It's from like 2009 or something. So what you're looking at here is the hash rate. It's how many hashes per second. A hash is like the problem solving that leads to mining. That's how you mine, is the computer goes through and solves problems, and I will. There's an awesome video that explains how mining works, and I will link it in the description. But long story short, 1 to 3 hashes per second, like what this thing is getting, is not very much. On my wife's laptop, the one in which I've been playing around with at home, it's getting 20 hashes per second, and a lot of the guys on here with reasonable, not anything fancy, but reasonable GPUs are getting 2 to 3 or even 400 hashes per second. So if you think about that, 1 to 3 hashes per second versus 300 or 400 per second really is not much of anything. So if you're interested in doing this, you need some better equipment and hardware than what I have. And it's definitely not profitable with the equipment I have. But I'm not worried about being profitable at the moment. I'm worried about learning and seeing what I can do. And also my hardships and things that I am learning the hard way is hopefully going to help any of you guys who want to try this out on your own to figure this out the easy way, and hopefully skip all of the problems that I've run into. My wife's computer, I'm running at 3 threads of, I think it's a 4-core processor, and on 3 threads it gets about 20 to 25 hashes per second and runs most everything without any issues on the CPU. The problem with that is that it's an Intel GPU and it's integrated into the computer, which I found out it doesn't seem like there's much, if any, support for Intel GPUs. And maybe I'm wrong, but from what I could see, at least the one that I have, I can't find any support. It doesn't support OpenCL, which apparently is part of what makes GPU mining possible, I guess. Through all this research, the best thing that I found that kind of works overall is an app called MinerGate, which is really great for, you know, basic equipment like mine. It's user friendly. It's a software. It doesn't require any coding or anything like that. When you look at a lot of the GPU miners, they're not Windows like plug and play software like you would just think. Like an app that you, like a program you'd load onto your Windows PC. It's not like that. It's a lot of, it's like coding, really. And if I could get it to even open up on my computer, I would show you, but my computer won't even open it, so I can't even show you what the GPU miner looks like. The more advanced one, that is. So, I have pulled the information off of the motherboard of this computer, and I am going to do some more research, and I'm going to see if I can come across, well, first off, if I can add a GPU to this, a graphics card, and if I can add a graphics card, I'm going to see what my motherboard is capable of handling and what's affordable, and see if it's even worthwhile with my old slow processor. Now, this is kind of on the slow side, and it'll update here and there, but you can see that right now I'm mining Monero coin off of the wife's laptop at home, and it's at 14.25 hashes per second. This isn't updating very fast because I'm also trying to mine off of this computer, and it's pretty much useless for anything else when I've got the miner running, because it's just super slow. And I'll let you know what's going on with the mining as I figure out hardware options and what I want to do, because I don't have a bunch of money to dump into this. I don't have $3,000 to dump into building a mining rig, so I'm gonna see what I can figure out with little to no money, and show you guys what it's gonna cost me and whatnot. So I think I'm going to add a couple of my wallet addresses in here. If anyone has any suggestions or wants to make a donation to, you know, they're always curious about trying something, and they didn't want to take the time to figure it out themselves, hit me up in the comments, private message me, whatever method you prefer to try and get in touch with me. Like I said, I'm always open and willing to accept donations, and we can invest in some hardware if anyone's interested in going on this journey with me but doesn't want to take the time to figure it out themselves. Like I said, I'm not necessarily computer literate. I'm not stupid. I just never did anything with it. I played with it in high school, and it's not my strong point, but you know, it's not too hard either. So if I can do it, most anyone can, and I'll show you guys the processes. Sorry I haven't shown you very much of what I've been dealing with thus far, but it's really kind of hard to just make a video where everything is just going super slow, and nobody wants to watch that. So I've been reluctant to do anything with it. I did go into the wrong folder. So this is one of the miners, and it will probably pop up so fast you probably won't even be able to see it, but with my graphics card, this is what it does. Well, first off, it takes forever, but once it does finally load, okay, so this is the window right here that pops up with the GPU miner. Now, it's normally got information in here, and I mean, it's like a C prompt, or I think that's what it's called, but you have to manually enter in the information, so it takes a little bit of learning and some research to know what information to type in there. And this is the problem I keep getting. The VCR100 DLL is missing. And I will initially thought that that would probably be the whole problem. But I found out that the problem was my video card isn't supported. But before I found that out, I was doing a little bit of research, and it looks like that is a common problem when you don't have a C++ package installed or something. I don't know. I found a site that kind of explained what it is, how, it's just kind of a file that makes other programs run and work. And I mean, like I said, it is just miserably slow. I'm trying to open up a page to bring up my browser, and it is just going too slow. So I'm not going to waste any more of your guys' time with this. And yeah, I think the next video is just going to be on BitConnect, and I'll give you an update when I figure out what I can do hardware-wise to speed things up and make it actually worthwhile to do something. So, all right, guys, until then, talk to you soon.